Muy buenas a todos, soy Mariachi, bienvenidos a otro capítulo de The Raven. Lo hemos dejado justo aquí. Vamos a continuar, a ver qué tenemos aquí, examinar caja.
A box with a padlock. I suppose it contains tools for the train's crew, maybe for coupling and uncoupling the cars. At any rate, it's positioned so that it's easier to reach from the ground than from up here. Locked.
Bang, bang! Don't move!
Matt, have you gone mad?
I'll shoot! Hey, my pistol!
You'll get it back in Venice. I could have fallen under the wheels.
I thought you were a ghost.
Ghosts don't exist.
They do too. One just flew past the window.
Yes, sure. Now get moving.
Oh, man.
Joder con el niño, tú.
In the wind is really no place to be reading the newspaper. I'd better go back inside.
¿Y vuelve dentro? ¿Qué me estás contando? Bueno, vamos a ver el periódico ya que hemos dado.
Luna's Drops. The calming herbal liqueur for women. A glass a day. It relaxes the nerves and maintains domestic tranquility.
Qué bueno.
Luna's Drops. If you don't want to bother your husband. John Surtees won the Formula One World Championship for the first time on Saturday. He also won the World Championship in motorcycle racing from 1956 to 1960, making him the only man in motorsports to win world championships in both motorcycle and Formula One events. Not really my cup of tea. Too loud, too fast, too much exhaust.
Este nos
A
interesará.
story about the upcoming Oscars and Cleopatra's
pues no, el otro.
chances of winning.
Este no, el
An
otro.
incredible feat. They built the largest movie set of all time in Rome, and because of the main actress's many illnesses, several changes of director, months of delays, cost shot to over $14 million. The most expensive movie ever made. A record never to be broken. Let's see if there's any news. Blah, 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 blah. Eye of the Sphinx. One of two priceless jewels. Extraordinary pure ruby. 2000 BC, etc., etc. Old news. And here, shocking burglary. Professional thieves surprised by museum guard Charles Langley and Constable Robert Oliver of Scotland Yard. Explosion? Not really anything new. One of the two eyes of the Sphinx, a ruby that's nearly 4,000 years old, was stolen from the British Museum. The burglar was surprised, but managed to escape with his loot without being recognized. That's the official story. But it says nothing about Legrand and the second eye.
Ya hablé con el doctor Gerard Zurich, es un médico alemán que planea poner fin a su carrera en Italia. No puedo decir que me caiga especialmente bien, es amable y cortés, pero me da la impresión de que su afabilidad no es genuina, algo falla. El agente Oliver estuvo en el Museo Británico la noche del robo, qué curioso. Tuvo al cuervo batido de piedra durante el robo del primer ojo y ahora se supone que custodiaba el otro. Bueno. Vale, cerrarlo así. No sabía cómo cerrarlo. Bueno, vamos a ir por aquí. Periódico, pistola de madera, un lápiz.
The ladder leads up to the roof. It will be suicidal to climb up there while the train is at full speed. The wind, tunnels. No, I'll stay down here.
Bueno, cambiamos de vagón. No, yo lo iré aquí. Otro vagón. Ah, aquí. Ah, vale. Otro vagón de mercancías. O sea, vengo de la izquierda, vale.
No, it's open. Hello? Wow.
Don't move a muscle, you feathered fiend.
Put the gun down, Robert. If I may introduce Constable Robert Oliver from the Yard. This is the revered Constable Zellner of the Swiss police, who obviously couldn't control his curiosity.
Then I was right. You really do want to lure someone into a trap.
That's none of your business.
Perhaps that someone recently struck in London.
And how would I bait my trap then?
With an eye? An eye on its way from Zurich to Cairo?
Someone has done his homework. Well done, Constable.
I hope you'll acknowledge that I, as a Swiss policeman, can undertake investigations in my own country.
Are we still in Switzerland?
I could be your eyes on the train as long as you're here in the freight car.
Oh, really?
There is a certain Professor Lucien on the train. He's an archaeologist from London.
And what's his story?
Well, it seems someone locked him out of his compartment.
Locked him out.
Well, yes. The door is locked and he's standing outside without a key.
Was it locked from inside?
It may have been. Do you think the locked door could be important?
Professor Lucien plays an important role in this story. Well then, Constable Zellner, be my eyes and ears on the train and see that Professor Lucien gets back into his compartment. Report back to me when you're through.
My pleasure, monsieur.
Bueno, tenemos tarea.
Constable Robert Oliver. Is it possible that I read your name in the newspaper?
Ah, could be, sir. Could very well be.
Robert was there when the first eye of the Sphinx was stolen.
Why were you in the museum? Did you spot something from outside?
Well, sir, I noticed that a door was ajar, which was suspicious. And it was my duty to investigate, sir.
Scotland Yard gave him a commendation and assigned him to me as a liaison.
A great honor, sir.
What do you know of this Raven's heir?
He tried to blow me up.
Robert, we don't know who we're dealing with yet.
In any event, the new Raven is a more dangerous man than the old one.
How do you know it's a man? It could just as easily be a woman.
Or several men.
And anyway, how do you know that it's a new Raven?
Monsieur,
Never mind.
I go attend to the door now.
Good. And, Constable Zellner,
Yes?
don't bother us unless you have something new to report.
Of course. A thief might get anxious if there's too much activity in the freight car.
Exactement. Knock twice. Then we'll know that it's you.
Understood.
Bueno, pues nada, me he despachado.
An investigation on behalf of the Grand that takes me one step closer. If I can convince him of my competence, I might even be able to see this case through to the end.
Vamos a ver qué anotaciones hemos hecho. El agente parece un tipo modesto, aunque no muy listo. Idolatra a Legrand. Eso está claro. Está orgulloso de trabajar junto a un gran detective. Para ser sincero, yo sentiría lo mismo, de estar en su lugar. El agente Oliver estuvo en el Museo Británico la noche del robo. Qué curioso, tuvo el cuerpo a tiro de piedra durante el robo del primer ojo. ¿Y ahora se supone que custodia al otro? La puerta, como ellos dicen, está cerrada por... Tengo que dar con el modo de abrirla. La caja de herramientas puede venir bien para abrir la puerta del profesor. Necesito la llave. Una caja de herramientas. Sí, esta.
The box is secured with a padlock. I won't be able to open it without a key. Inspector Legrand was quite clear. I'm all...
Necesito una llave. ¿Dónde puede haber una llave? Claro.
I'd better let him read his newspaper if I don't have it.
Vamos a inspeccionar la barra
Who
otra
would have
vez.
thought that one day butterscotch would remind me of my age and of all the things I had to leave behind? I need a bit of wire or something like that to pick the lock.
Un poco de cable. Vamos a dar unas vueltas. Vamos a dar un paseo, a ver, pues.
Oh, Constable?
Yes, ma'am.
My son didn't make any trouble for you, I hope. It's just that he just walked past us, silent and seething. It's usually a sign that someone's laid down law.
I'm afraid so. He played a trick on me, a rather dangerous one. The lad left me no choice but to take away his wooden pistol as a punishment.
I understand. And thank you. Maddie is a very lively child. Sometimes he needs a strong fatherly hand.
Where is Matt's father, if I may ask?
He's gone.
Ah, I understand.
Could you, leave Maddie's pistol here, perhaps? So you don't have to bother with it?
Of course. I told him he wouldn't get it back until Venice.
Very well. Thank you again, Constable.
Esto de los
The
palillos me ha
steward
pasado.
must have forgotten the toothpicks. Normally he would offer them discreetly after dinner.
Con esto igual puedo abrir. Vamos a ver si puedo abrir. Pues necesitaba un cable o algo, un palillo para abrir. ¿Podré? Vamos a probar. O sea, somos un poco MacGyver.
I need a bit of wire or something like that to pick the lock. I'll leave the scissors here. If I need them, I know where to find them. This is the steward's own little kingdom.
Pues no, vámonos para abajo. Vamos a explorar a ver qué hay por ahí.
Hello, Matt. Oh, come on. Are you going to be angry with me for the rest of the trip?
Until I get my pistol back.
I gave it to your mother.
Oh man, couldn't you have just raked me over the coals?
Would you have learned anything from that?
I didn't learn anything from this either.
This is the first car. The coal tender should be directly beyond this door, and in front of it, the engine.
O sea, aquí
The
no puedo
large
salir.
map shows the different routes of the Orient Express. This train began in Paris and ends in Istanbul, as usual. Unfortunately, it will make most of its journey without me. The train covers a distance of more than 3,000 kilometers. It stops at a dozen places. In many cities, they entertain the travelers with local specialities and culture and adventure, especially in southeastern Europe.
A este le va a tener que dar la
Come
pistola.
on, Matt. Did you really think that you can ignore me for longer than I can ignore you? I'm Swiss. It's practically a national sport.
Un hacha. ¿Podría examinar el hacha? Aquí hay un hacha. No, no puedo examinar el hacha. Vamos a ver una cosa. Ahí va, me he colado.
Would you like a butterscotch?
You think you can bribe me?
I have no reason to. You made trouble and got punished for it. Take it as a peace offering.
Just 4?
If I'm faster than you, there'll only be 3.
Hey!
Friends again?
Mm-hmm.
All right then. And no dangerous nonsense anymore.
Okay.
Your mother is Lady Westmacott's companion, correct?
Yeah, but it's not like you think. At first I thought, boy, you must be really wicked if you need to pay for friends. But the lady's really okay. A bit odd and really old. But other than that, she's great. She likes me.
The lady has peculiar taste.
Hey!
You and your mother, do both live on Lady Westmacott's estate?
I'm only there for the holidays. Most of the time I'm at boarding school.
I imagine that's not very pleasant.
No, it's fine. I have friends there. You always have to be so quiet in the lady's house. And I'm not allowed to bring any friends.
Such a big house with so many places to hide, and no one to play hide and seek with.
You said it.
And how long has your mother worked for the lady?
2 years.
And your father? What does he do?
He stayed home. I used to go fishing with him. And hunting. He even let me shoot a real gun.
And then?
Then Mom fought with him. And he left. I was 7.
O sea que el papi se fue.
Oh, and how old are you now?
In 8 months, I'll be 9 years old.
And do you already know what you want to be when you grow up? A burglar?
No. We'll see. Maybe an actor.
Really? Well, I don't know. You need a lot of talent for that. I'm an actor in a theater group, you know?
You are?
Oh, yes. And I'm one of the best in our group, if I may say so. I get really deep into my roles, you know? I don't just talk like the character. I think like him. I become him. It's the only way to...
Se atraganta el
Are you
niño.
okay?
I think you just have to be good at copying things to be an actor.
That wasn't bad. Disturbing, but not bad. Tell me, have you seen the steward anywhere?
No. He was walking around a little while ago, though.
Hopefully they didn't forget him in Zurich.
What's he supposed to do?
I'm looking for a key to open a compartment door.
Did you check his things behind the counter?
I'm sure the drawers will be locked.
Can't you break it open? Or pick the lock like the Raven?
Perhaps. But I'd need a piece of wire or something like that.
Ask my mom. She has a lot of hairpins. She doesn't like the wind messing up her hair.
Thanks for the tip. So long.
So longer.
Bueno, pues vamos a hablar con la señora.
Should I ask for an autograph?
Ah, mira,
that would be
también.
quite unprofessional. But on the other hand,
Vamos a mirar todo poquito a poco. La verdad que es... este juego básicamente es eso, ¿sabes? Y luego hacer combinaciones. Me había pasado del caramelo, no se me había ocurrido, la verdad.
he doesn't make a very balanced impression. And he, of all people, isn't bothered by a robbery in his own museum. Perhaps a thoughtful conductor noticed that Professor Lucien wasn't in his compartment and locked it.
Vamos a pedir autógrafo y a ver si nos deja una horquilla. Igual podemos abrir el cajón. Hay estos 3 vagones, no hay más. Primero, vamos a ver si nos da ahí un autografillo.
Excuse me, Lady Westmacott.
Constable Zellner, how can I help you?
I was wondering if you might,
Sign your book, Constable Zellner?
if it isn't too much of an inconvenience.
Of course it's an inconvenience, but only a small one.
Ah, se ha dejado llevar boli. Pensaba que igual tenía que dejar yo el que he cogido.
welcome.
Thank you so very much. Another time. Farewell, Lady Westmacott.
Constable?
¿Para qué quiere un libro?
For brave Constable Anton Jakob Zellner, whose time shall surely come. Clarissa Westmacott, DBE. Mrs. Miller made a good impression. She wanted to protect Lady Westmacott from me, a pushy admirer. Very diligent, but she does seem a little nervous and tense. I imagine she has her work cut out for her with Matt, and a difficult bus from what they say. Mrs. Miller?
Yes?
Did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Oh, I'm afraid not. I was totally focused on my work.
She's always got an awful lot to do, my Mary.
You have to tell me if that's not all right with you.
Good Lord, child. Knit as much as you want.
So, nothing out of the ordinary.
No, Constable.
Please excuse my unusual request, but Matt said you have some hairpins. Could I borrow one?
One of my hairpins?
It's a long story. It would be a big help.
Well, if you really need one.
Go ahead, Mary. The constable won't do it any harm. Will you, Mr. Zellner?
No lo tengo
Of
todos
course,
conmigo.
madam.
Conmigo, pero bueno.
Is this one okay?
It'll do nicely, madam. How very kind of you. Goodbye, Mrs.
Bueno,
Miller.
ya tengo la horquilla. Yo creo que podré abrir el cajón.
And suddenly, it's me who's the thief on the train.
Cuervo, ríete.
Oops. That was easier than expected. Batteries, a toothbrush, shaving brush. But not the key to the compartment door. Just this one. Too small for the door, but it might still be useful.
Bueno, tenemos una llave pequeñaja. Y vamos a ver si es la caja de herramientas que está fuera. Y aquí podemos coger, no sé, un martillaco, un cincel, no sé, una palanca
That's it.
o algo.
There we go. This should help.
Unos alicates.
My grandfather was a blacksmith. When I was a child, I used to play with tongs on hammers in his workshop. My mother never cared for that. She was always worried about my little fingers, but I never hurt myself seriously. I'm quite clever with tools. Inspector Legrand was quite... I'm only to enter the fray.
¿Podré abrir la puerta con los alicates? Un poco raro, ¿no? Un destornillador aún forzando la cerradura. Pero bueno, cosas más las han visto. Vamos a ver. Estamos en el Orient Express. No sé cómo son las cerraduras.
I bet I could really get a grip on the boat with these.
Well, come on then, hurry up.
¡Bingo!
Hello?
I barely left the window ajar.
Nothing to see.
Vaya, hemos perdido la gorra. Mira que albico está el jefe.
Ah,
Are you okay?
yes, fine.
Do you have any idea why the door was locked?
I don't know. Maybe the constant vibrations caused the lock to lock itself.
You can't possibly believe that.
Well, then what's your theory?
The conductor could have locked it from the outside. On the other hand, it could have been someone here in the compartment who locked the door from the inside.
Who? And where have they gone?
They could have climbed out there.
Who would be that insane?
You tell me, Professor. So, what are you hiding in your bag? What do you have that would be worth stealing?
No, nothing.
No valuables?
Certainly not. Not on my salary.
It was enough for a first-class compartment on a luxury train.
That's my business.
You're playing a dangerous game, Professor Lucien. I'd like to look around a bit.
Of course.
Vamos a ver qué... Algo ha marcado. Contenido. Notas. Este violinista, a ver. Me apasiona para mí esta, vale. Me presentaron a la señora Miller como la acompañante de Lady Wismacott, aunque mi opinión es más bien su cuidadora. Parece algo tensa, nerviosa y un poco desequilibrada. Puede que tenga algo que ver con su hijo Matt. Matt me cae bien, es un chaval inquieto, curioso. Sin embargo, su madre parece sobrepasada a la hora de ocuparse de él. Al parecer, la señora Miller y el padre Matt están separados. Creo que el muchacho lo culpa de ello. Lady Westcott parece simpatizar mucho con Matt. Le está financiando una buena educación. Bueno. Vamos a echar un vistazo por aquí. Tenemos al profesor. Esto nada. El maletín.
I wonder what the professor is hiding from me, but I can't just rifle through the luggage of innocent citizens. This is the 60s. No, nothing interesting. Wow, you have a very nice fountain pen. Pricey.
If you'd managed to decode hieroglyphics that boggled the best minds of the last 3,000 years, you'd have received a gift like that as well.
Ya veo que pienso en voz alta.
Bible, Grimm's Fairy Tales, Moby Dick, and gin, whiskey, and rum. All classics.
No hay nada que pueda mirar, ¿eh? Es que no... es que, a ver, esto es para resaltar los puntos clave cuando tienes alguna duda. Pero es que... ¿Me ha salido alguno? Ahí abajo, mira. Botón, vale, bueno.
What's this?
What do you have there?
It's a button. From a suit or a uniform, I guess.
The burglar might have lost it.
Maybe. Or maybe not. If I notice anyone with a missing button on his jacket, I'll ask him about it. But I wouldn't get my hopes up. If there was a burglar, he climbed out the window and jumped off the train.
Un poco excesivo, ¿no? Saltar ahí.
I found the button in front of the window in the archaeologist's compartment. The burglar might have lost it while climbing out the window, but there's no proof of my theory.
No sé si... No, ya está, ¿no? Vamos a ver con el hombrecillo.
Professor Lucien?
Yes?
Me despido.
Godspeed, Professor Lucien.
Thanks.
Yo creo que ya tengo el botón, que no está
The
nada
good
mal.
professor is hiding something. It would be good if I could find out more about him.
Lo que me pedían era que el tiparraco se fuera... Notas, no, a ver. Pero es que no entiendo. Vale. Esto ya ha abierto la puerta, con lo cual ahora debería de poder hablar con el detective. A ver si es verdad.
Pardon me, sir.
We could have used you a few minutes ago.
Vamos a ver si puedo hablar con el detective para decirle que ya el profesor lo he metido en... Sí, vale, bien. Luego nos encargamos con el botón.
Anything to report?
I got Professor Lucien into his compartment using a pair of pliers.
Did you notice anything inside the compartment?
The window was open. Someone could have climbed out.
And the professor?
Acted suspiciously. He rummaged around in his leather bag.
And?
He seemed to have found what he was searching for.
Good. Good work.
Now, perhaps you could give me some information.
All right. We should...
What? The light's gone out.
Flashlights!
Vaya, vaya, vaya.
Get off me!
Ha habido un frenazo.
There, sir. An envelope.
Una pluma.
My dear Nico, you should take a closer look at the box.
What the dickens? It's a...
Away with it! Take cover!
Una bomba. Pues menos mal que el cuervo no hacía el mal. Bueno, el anterior. Ah, con la barra especial ahora funciona también.
Oh, dear. Oh.
Is everyone all right? Are you hurt? Quick thinking. Well done, Zellner.
Superviviente.
I think the tunnel collapsed.
Then he's trapped. Hurry, we have to lock the second exit.
Sir, there's a fire up ahead. The engine's burning.
It's a distraction. Hurry, block the exit.
But, sir...
The fire will consume all the oxygen.
He's right, Inspector. A fire in a narrow tunnel is extremely dangerous.
Merde. Go to the front of the train, find the engineer, and tell him to move the train out of the tunnel.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready? You have to uncouple the freight car. You understand?
I understand.
I'll
¿Y tú qué vas
see
a
the
hacer?
passengers.
Ah.
They should all wait in the tunnel. We'll check each one in turn as they go out.
Let's get to it.
Bueno, creo que es un momento para dejar el capítulo aquí. No está nada mal, la cosa empieza por ser un pelín interesante. Ya sabéis, un buen like, un buen comentario, alguna suscripción. Sed buenos. Nos vemos.